Okay, in example 2, we're going to find f inverse of x for the function f of x equals the cubed root of x plus 2. So remember that step 1 says that we should write down y equals the cubed root of x plus 2, and then we want to switch x and y. So in step 2, we switch x and y and we solve for y. So now we have x equals the cubed root of y plus 2. And in step 3, we solve for y. So to solve for y here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to isolate the radical. So that's x minus 2 equals the cubed root of y, and then I can cube both sides. So remember that the cubed root of y is the same as x to the 1/3. So that's why I'm raising both sides to the third power. And so now I get, oops, I forgot to cube the left-hand side there. So now I get y equals x minus 2 cubed, and I'll just leave it in that form. So that's 3, and step 4 is to write this down as f inverse of x equals x minus 2 cubed. And of course I could FOIL that out if I wanted to, but for our purposes, x minus 2 cubed is just as easy to graph as if I were to FOIL this out. So I'm going to leave it in this form. Okay, so there's my f inverse function, and now I'm going to draw the line y equals x again, because remember that inverses are mirror images across that line. So this green line is y equals x, and now I'll draw f of x in red, and we can do this by just shifting the graph of the cubed root of x up 2. So that would be something like this. And if you needed to, you could just write out a table and plot some points. And so maybe I should do that for you real quick. So if you plug in an x value, your f of x value will be the cubed root of that plus 2. So let me pick some values. I could put in, if I plug in 0, I get 0 plus 2. So that's where I got that point. And if I plug in 1, I get cubed root of 1 is 1 plus 2 is 3. And if I plug in negative 1, I get the cubed root of negative 1 is negative 1 plus 2 is 1. And another good point would be, let's see, I'm not totally sure if there is another good point to plug in there. I guess I could take the cubed root of 8, that'd be kind of far off the screen, but cubed root of 8 would be 2 plus 2 would 4. So to get up here to 4, I got to go all the way out to 8, which would be somewhere over there. So anyways, the graph is going to look something like this. And then f inverse of x is going to be x minus 2 cubed. So again, x cubed looks something like this. But now I'm supposed to shift it to the right 2 units. So actually, I'm going to have points here, here, and here. So this is the graph of y equals x minus 2 cubed. And you notice that here the point 1, 3 is the mirror image of the point 3, 1, and the point 0, 2 is the mirror image of 2, 0 on the blue curve, and the point negative 1, 1 is the mirror image of 1, negative 1 on the blue curve. So you can see that these are mirror images across that line y equals x. So that's one way of checking our work, is just to graph the two and make sure that they are mirror images.